Joy here. I was in there, but now I'm here. Oh my goodness. Where have I been? Let me get a sip of my two kinds of tea mixed together. Not coffee. No caffeine. Very hot, I just made it. Don't tell me. It's like I have no privacy here. The barn is going up. People keep coming in and out of my house. I think they're gone. They drove away, but then they just, let me go see who just maybe came in my house. Hold on. I went downstairs. I locked all the doors. That was nobody. I don't know what the noise was, but they're building Jerry's barn. I've taken some little videos and some pictures, so I'll show you someplace in this video what's going on with the new barn. And every time I mention the new barn, hold on, fall days, cool in the morning, warm in the afternoon, but nice warm, like 70. Ah, my favorite time. Every time I talk about the new barn, several people say, well, what was wrong with the old barn? Well, actually, lots of things were wrong with the old barn. I don't know if the guy that lived here and his friend built it themselves. I have no idea. I just know it wasn't built right. The rebar in the cement is supposed to be lifted up off the ground and then the cement poured. The rebar in this barn was on the ground flat, so it was doing absolutely no good in the cement. So all that's been taken down. There were issues with other parts of the barn too, and so it's all gone, and the new one has been delivered in all its different pieces. You'll probably see it in a picture, and it's laying in the grass right now. So the plumber got called on jury duty. Of all times, the timing is just so unbelievable. We have been waiting since what, April, for the barn to get cut out and delivered. They were 25 weeks behind, and so it finally gets here, and the plumber gets called on jury duty. But that's all right, that's all right. At least it's here. And hopefully by Thanksgiving, we will have a barn. My nephew Jeffrey's just amazing. He's just absolutely amazing. He knows how to run every kind of equipment. He started out when he was a little boy, riding on Uncle Jerry's bulldozer with Uncle Jerry, and he loved it, absolutely loved it. He'd ride our riding mower and loved it. This was down at the lake, and I used to keep my sister's kids. They would go on vacations, and I would keep her kids, especially the three older ones. And Jeffrey's the middle of the three older ones, and he just loved to get on anything that had wheels, and he loved to play in the dirt. My sister calls all this big equipment that he owns, she calls it his Tonka toys. She said she used to have to punish him because she would tell him to come in and he wouldn't come in, and she'd go out there and he did not want to leave the dirt, and he'd have a fit because he wanted to stay out there and play in the dirt. Oh, that never happened with me as a child. Well, actually it might have. I actually loved being outdoors when I was a child. And I didn't so much get down in the lawn and play in the dirt, but I loved climbing trees and building go-karts with my dad, and I rode a skateboard all over the place. I wonder if I still could. I rode my bike everywhere. You know, back then, the neighbors all knew each other. All the neighbor kids knew each other, and all the parents knew each other, and I mean, you could play all around an entire block and be safe. You could walk a mile away from home and be safe. My girlfriend and I used to walk a mile away from home all the time. But it's not that way these days. Sadly, very sadly. What have I been doing? I've been working SureFit Designs. I've been texting back and forth just a little bit with the new owner of SureFit Designs. And so excited that I might get to know her. Of course, you probably all, SureFit Designs people. I'm sure anybody can do that. But I thought, well, if I'm gonna get to know the new owner of SureFit Designs, I better make something. So I worked yesterday for a long time on another new SureFit Designs master pattern for a blouse, because I actually had done some corrections in the sleeve area, and I did not compute, my lightning fast mind did not compute that what I did in the sleeve area, because I'm really, really narrow right here, and I always have to chop off a lot of the blouse over here, right here, this part, on the blouse. Then the sleeve has to fit into it. And I was just leaving the sleeve the way it normally came out, and wasn't thinking, you know, if you do this to the garment, you're going to have to do something to the sleeve to correspond with it. So I've worked on that, and I'm going to cut out a new woven today. I don't know if it'll be pull over my head. I don't like pull over my head because, like I told you, I was just out in the wind, by the way. Oh, we were nailing the permit to the fence that we got from the city. Oh my goodness. We had to get a permit to build a barn on our own land. $1,100 to the city of Tulsa, county of Tulsa, the whoever. Can you believe it? They're not building it. They're not here. They're not doing anything. And we had to pay them $1,100 to give us permission to build our barn. I guess it's a good thing, and that they will come inspect the work that's done. Yes, pardon allergy drip. So, we'll do what we have to do. We don't ever want to do anything dishonest or illegal, that's for sure. But it's going to take more expensive stuff. And for instance, what do you mean it's going to take more expensive stuff? The rebar that they put in the through the cement, you know, like they do when they build a road. Jeffrey was going to use 1/2-inch rebar, and he said that would have been more than fine. And even the man that was doing the plan with him said that would be fine. But the city of Tulsa says you have to have 5/8 inch. Well, guess what? 5/8 inch is more important than 1/2 inch. Not more important. Not more important, Joy. Maybe it is more important, but what I meant was it's more expensive. This barn's going to cost as much as this house. Oh my goodness. No, 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 no. Don't say that, Joy. You know, the Bible says you can have what you say, so we're not going to say that. The barn is going to be the exact right price with all the exact right things in it. Let me finish eating my 6-month-old cookie. I wonder how long you could actually keep some of these cookies. These are oatmeal, iced oatmeal. I know it's many months old, but it's still delicious. Tastes like I just bought it. Have you noticed bread doesn't mold anymore? Cookies never wear out. Kind of scary. What do they put in them? You know, you can look at the package, and there's a list of what they put in it, but you can't pronounce it, and you can't spell it, and you have no idea what it is. Can a cookie be genetically modified? I bet it can, and I bet bread is too. But everything's genetically modified. That's why so many children are sick. Have you listened to that Kennedy guy? Is his name Robert F. Kennedy? That's running with Trump or promoting Trump. He's right. All that stuff he says about all the children being sick and what they're doing to our food, he's right. I mean, he may not be your favorite person. I understand that he has the same Kennedy affliction of running around with women that don't belong to him. But that's between him and the Lord and him and his wife. What he's saying about what they're doing to our food and how it's harming our children, I agree with him 100%. So you want to see what my giveaway is today? Here it is. Do you want it? What the heck is it, Joy? It is the cutest panel. It's for Christmas. And this is only October, so if you get it right now, you got plenty of time to finish it. It's super cute. Super cute. I don't know when I bought it, but I've had it for years. And it says, "Oh, little town of Bethlehem, star of wonder, peace on earth." Goodwill to men. Come let us adore him. It's just super, super cute. It's got the little kings. It's kind of like Precious Moments, you know, cute, childlike. But you know, a lot of people have children still. I don't. So I have the panel. Then I have this matching fabric that's from the same line that I bought for borders. I don't know if there's enough for the backing, but it looks like there might be. So I bought this for borders. Isn't that cute? And maybe the backing. And of course you can do whatever else you want to. So I'm giving this away. And I'll do it the same as I've always done it. When this video goes live, which may be tomorrow or the next day, when this video goes live, you've got until noon, my time, right here in, let's say, Tulsa, Oklahoma, to go to my email. It's down below in the description box, my email. Go to my email, or I'll put it here or here somewhere. And just say, I would love to win that panel. Put my name in the hat. Say something. And we will count everybody, and then my husband will pick a number. And whatever number that is, will win. Now, you have to be in the United States. We actually had a winner the last time that lived in Australia. And I thought, Jerry said, well, that's too bad. You just mailed it to her anyway. You didn't tell him just the United States. So I told her I would. And what was it? It was something little. So it was the leftovers from a little quilt that I had made. That's what it was. Little package, weighed under 2 pounds. It was going to cost $50 to send that to her. She said, no, don't send it to me. Pick somebody else. She said, I'm just excited my name was chosen. So that was very nice of her. Thank you. So, United States only, because freight is outrageous. And if you'd like to have this, I will ship it to you right away. And maybe you can get it made for Christmas and give it to somebody special, or keep it yourself. Okay? Remember the rules. You leave a comment below, you're just wasting your ink. Because that's not how I'm going to choose a winner. Remember, it's my email. Oh, hot tea. Ooh, on a cool day. I keep my house cold. Jerry about freezes. He's always, and my girlfriend Doreen, when she comes, she used to come to my other house, and she would come with 3 layers on. She'd have a hoodie on top. She'd clean my house with a hoodie on. That's just, wait till she comes here and sees how cool I keep it with these high ceilings. I'm going to go downstairs with my camera, and I'm going to show you something super fun that Jerry helped me do yesterday. You want to see it? Stay right there. So I just started to go down the stairs, and look what I can see. Look there. Downstairs outside my sewing room, you can see one of the things I'm getting ready to show you. You remember my little quilts that were on the ceiling in Kingston on my other sewing room? I got them all put up yesterday. And there is one of them right there. The sunflowers with the crow. Jerry helped me put it up. And then look, let me see, up the stairs, I don't think you can see it from here, but you remember way up there, I've got the red church, or the red barn, or the red house, whatever it is, it's way up there. So down here is my sewing room where I actually make my garments. I don't make my quilts down here, but I make my garments down here. But this room had a wall that needed something on it, and so, you know, I can't be hanging quilts out here. Jerry would have a fit. He's going to want fancy. We have all kinds of fancy pictures at the other house, but we haven't moved any of them yet. Let's go downstairs and I'll show you the rest. Coming around the corner, there's my front door. Here's the mirror that the previous owner left in the bedroom, and I decided to put it here. It's been very helpful. So here is, again, the bird and the sunflowers. You can see the quilting. You know, they really are so much nicer not on the ceiling. They really are. Oh, he's here to hang up. Here's my other sewing room. Let me turn all the lights on for you. Now up on that wall I've got thread. On that wall I've got thread. On that wall I've got thread. But over on this wall, I didn't have anything. So I'm going to be making more little quilts. So I'll have more quilts to hang on. Let me back out here a little bit. Oh, I am backed out a little bit. Hello, backed up a little bit. Look where you're going. I've got this quilt here that I don't have ready. I'll probably have 2 more blocks. That'll be 4 blocks with borders. And it will be up there. And so you can see there's still lots of room over there to hang more quilts. But for now, this was headed to Sitar's Little Quilt Club. That was the log cabin that I put together differently than everybody else did. I think everybody else has a star. I did mine like that. That was the first one, little trip. And then this one's different than hers too. Hers is way different. Her baskets are all sideways. And I didn't want mine sideways. I wanted them right side up. And I made a lot more of them and I made them little. Or maybe hers were that little too, not sure. And then I had that cross in my other sewing room, so I decided to put it in that hole. So, I just ran into my cutting table. And so you can see out there, you know, is the living room and the kitchen and all of that stuff. Well, good morning. It's been a while since the last clip to this clip. I'm having a blueberry streusel muffin. Okay, I put the muffin down. It's 10:30, 11-ish in the morning. I don't even know for sure. What day is this? Monday? No, Tuesday. It's Tuesday. We have suddenly gotten a whole new life. Totally changed from what we did at our other house, where I was all alone, all the time, with no family and no friends. Now it's something every day. It's somebody every day. In a very, very, very good way. We've got the barn going up. This Thursday they're pouring the cement for the pad. All of the pieces, the big metal pieces and all of the flat pieces that make the walls all around are laying out there in the grass. So people are here every day working on the barn. Let me put that down before I throw it on the mirror. People are here every day working on the barn. We've also had work done on our yard. And we have, it seems like everybody up here has, what are they called, moles? Where they make these trails through your yard and they push the dirt up and make these little hills. They're all over the backyard. And so we've been trying to kill them. And Jerry bought these traps. We've been watching all these YouTube videos on how to get rid of moles. And we bought these things that's supposed to catch them and kill them in the ground. And they aren't working. If I can quit sneezing, I'll finish telling you the story of why I haven't been around. So, Jerry has these things and they're like 2 scissor things. Like this. And you stick them down in the trail, the track, the run, the whatever you want to call it. None of those sound right. And then you push the dirt back in, and then when the mole comes to walk down his path and it's blocked, he will dig through the scissors, and there's a little trigger like a mouse trap, and when he hits it, the scissors will close. And they won't cut him. They aren't sharp enough to cut him, but it will squish him and catch him like the mouse traps do. Well, so far we've caught 0 moles. So, that's one thing Jerry's been working on. Plus, Jerry had a basal cell cancer on the back of his ear, and we found a really nice skin place here. We've had one down there for years, and it just turns out that the girl, the PA or the whatever she is, met somebody up here, and so she moved up here to this new place that we go, so we'll still have the same lady to see. Oh, how many more miracles can happen? So, but that's not who operated on him. That girl, I can't even remember her name, but he knows her really well. She just started on the 28th. I think this is the 29th, so I think she just started yesterday. So anyway, a week ago, is it 1 week? 7 days ago, Jerry had that thing cut off the back of his ear, right here in this crack. So you can imagine that when you cut, and it was like 3/4 inch hole that they cut out of him to get the cancer gone, there's no skin there. You don't have any extra skin back here, so they couldn't sew it together. So he has this huge bandage back there, and he's not supposed to get it wet. So every morning I've had to get in the shower with him, and we cover up his bandage with press and seal, and he holds his ear, and I get the little sprayer thing and I wash his hair. And so showers have taken twice as long every day. We even went to church the other day, and somebody said, "Oh my goodness, Jerry got in trouble and they tried to cut his ear off." It looks, the bandage is just overkill, it seems to me, but it's because there's no skin to sew together, and they even said they put some kind of fish skin on it. So tomorrow he goes back for his 7-day. So hopefully they can reduce that bandage. He can take a shower all by himself again. That'll give me a little more time in the morning. So what else? We have a church now. We went there for the 3rd time this past Sunday. We went to Sunday school this past Sunday and the Sunday before. So we're not out of church till noon. Then we always go out to eat with my sister and her husband, and so we don't get back here till 2, maybe later. And you know, Jerry and I used to do Shine at 11 o'clock in the morning because our church was over at 10 online. And then we would leave at 10, get our showers, get cleaned up, and do Shine at 11. Well, we can't do that anymore. He wanted to do it this Sunday, that big bandage on his ear, and I said, "Jerry, I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore." And if you don't know what Shine is, it's our other kind of Sunday school thing that we do on Sundays, and I have a whole different channel for that. And I know a lot of you watch that. So I told him I can't do it anymore. I said, "It's nothing for you. You just sit there and talk and make the video, then you go away, and I have to edit it." And so it takes me a whole lot longer than it does him. But he was very upset that I didn't want to do it anymore yesterday. So he decided we're going to start doing that on Saturday. So next Saturday, we'll see how that goes. So we have our new church and we love it. It's an Assembly of God, and it's a little congregation, maybe 300 to 500, and that's just perfect for us. I don't like churches where there's 3 services every weekend and you gotta hurry up in and you gotta hurry up out, and the parking lot's going back and forth with all the cars. It's wonderful, 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 and I'm glad that many people go to church. Truly, I am. I'm not complaining about that. But for me to go, being old, and you know, it's harder for us because, well, you know, I'm not injured or anything, but I don't know, it's just, when you're young, you know, you're just so bouncy and running here and there and hurrying and doing all these things, it's nothing. But when you get to be my age, you just want gentle, gentle, peaceful. So anyway, it's a gentle, peaceful place. We love the Sunday school. Most everybody in there is our age or older. Wonderful Sunday school teacher, and almost, I'd say most of the people in the church are probably in the Sunday school. Okay, I had to get a bite of my muffin and a sip of my coffee. So anyway, we have a church now. It's close. We can get there in 10 minutes. We love it. And it's by a bunch of restaurants. And it's a miracle. There's so many miracles. Even Jerry, he said, "I just can't get over all the good things that have happened since we bought this house." So I get to sit right next to my sister every Sunday at church. I haven't done that since we were children. And our husbands get along great. They're like twins, born the same month in the same year. So they get along great, always have. That's never been a problem. So, haven't seen Philly in a while, but we talk or text almost every day. And we're talking about getting together to make a purse. I have been sewing. I have a project I'm working on downstairs. I don't know if I told you guys this. You know, because the clips that you're going to see before you see this clip, I made it, what, a week ago? I don't know what I said. Something about a contest. So I used do you remember the big cardboard poster boards. Philly and I bought at Hobby Lobby to make patterns. And so I had made a new SureFit Designs master and cut it out of that paper with no seam allowances. And what you can do with that is you can change it into any style you want before the seam allowances are on it. It's just wonderful. So I pulled a pattern out a couple days ago. Now that we have a church, I'm wanting to dress up my wardrobe. I actually have a lot of real nice dresses and skirts and blouses and things I've made at the other house, but I didn't bring them here. We didn't have a church yet. So next trip to Kingston, I'm bringing my nice clothes up here. But until then, I am making church clothes. So I found one of my patterns. It was a new look, and I decided it would be a nice top and pants set to wear to church. So I pulled the pattern out of the envelope. It said I needed like a size 20 for my 42 bust. I'm like, what? What? That's gigantic. And I always use my upper bust, which is 36. And it said I needed a size 14 for that. And so I cut out the front of the pattern in the paper. And it's a princess seam. And so I marked the seam lines and I pinned it together like I do the paper. Not the whole pattern, but just the front. The front, size 14, extended like 3 inches past my center front. I thought, this is ridiculous. This pattern is way, way far off. Then, you know how my lightning fast mind goes off like 3 days after I need it to. I remembered I had made the SureFit Designs template or pattern, whatever you want to call it. So I got it out of the closet and traced it on paper, and then I cut it to be the pattern. And I stuffed all of the pattern paper back in the envelope, and I made my own pattern. So I'm getting ready to cut that out and make it. We are having lunch with a friend today, and we want to do early voting. I'm not sure what day we're going to do early voting. Thursday or Friday, probably. And new town to us, and so I'm not sure where the places are, but I know that they exist and that they're around here somewhere. So we want to do early voting Thursday or Friday, and then hopefully I'll have a whole new outfit, at least by Saturday, I hope, and then I can wear it to church on Sunday. We shall see. What else? What else is keeping us so busy? Oh, yes. You know, my gifts are secretarial, organization. I have been a secretary since I graduated from high school. And my mother told me to get dressed, and she drove me down to General Electric, and she parked outside in the parking lot, and she said, go in there and apply for a job. So I got a job as a secretary to like 9 men. All great big room, all these men lined up in their desk, and me with my little desk across the room. And I worked for these 9 men, 18 years old. And I have been doing that secretarial type work ever since. I'm much better with paper than I am with people. So, Jerry works with the customers, works with the people. He can listen to someone talk for 3 days. He's very, very patient. I'm always, oh, I need this, I need to do that. I should be here, I should be there. I gotta do this, and gotta do that. And, you know, we own the medical equipment business, you know. People, you know, we were in our 30s, and people would come in, and they were in their 80s, and they were all very ill. And they would want to talk to you about all their illnesses, and all their husband's illnesses, and all of their kids, and all their neighbors, and they just wanted to talk. And I was just like, somebody wait on this lady, I've got to go file claims. So when we owned our business together, we had 2 totally different talents going on. But I got the claims paid and the bills paid, and so we worked together very, very well most of the time. But what's that have to do with now? Well, what that has to do with now is somebody found out that I'm a secretary. And I have become the secretary of the Homeowners Association here at Steeplechase. There's 2 new houses going up, and right now there's 5 homes in here. So there's 5 Mr. and Mrs.'s. No kids, all the kids are gone and grown. But, you know, they come visit. So I am the secretary. And Jerry says he's willing to be the president, but I told him he can just wait till next elections. I don't want him to be the president yet. He needs to get his barn built, and we need to get moved. So anyway, I'm the secretary, and we needed to have a meeting because of these 2 new homes going in and make sure that they're following all of the covenants. The covenants are 50 pages long with amendment after amendment after amendment. Oh. I don't know how this little tiny neighborhood got set up, but it must have been lawyers that started it. So we got all these covenants and all these rules and regulations, and we needed to have a meeting to make sure that whoever's building these 2 new homes in here knows what all the rules and the regulations are. And then the gate wasn't working right, so Jerry and I called about that yesterday. They're down there right now working on it. Jerry's down there with them. Jerry's not an officer, but he's available, and all other officers are unavailable. So Jerry's down there working with the gate repair people, and I have a check, because I can sign the checks now, and I have a check to pay them with when they get done. So that's taking time. You know, there's something every day. You know, there's a storm. There was a bad storm, and it broke tree limbs off. And so we have to deal with who do we hire and who's responsible for fixing the broken tree limbs, and the street needs fixing in places and who's responsible for that, and just, you know, and so I kind of have been stepping up and trying to help with these different situations. So that's another reason I haven't been making videos for you guys. I haven't been sewing much. Mostly making phone calls and trying to figure out who does what and who. Oh, we got brand new neighbors next door, and I needed to meet them. I needed them to know who we were and what we did and when the next meeting was and could they come to it. And so it's just something every day now, which is wonderful because it keeps me busy. And then something else happened. I don't remember what it was. But my sister and her husband came over for an afternoon, and I fixed lunch, and then my sister got to come upstairs and choose fabric that she liked and wanted to make, and I absolutely love that because, you know, I have so much fabric. It's almost like having a little fabric store, and so I love it when she comes and she gets something because she always uses it and she always makes it, and she sews wonderfully. So that's real exciting. What did you make? What did you make? I want to see. Come get more fabric. I'm loving having my sister in my life. And then, of course, there's Philly. Hey, everybody. It's Thursday, around 11:15 in the morning. And I know, this is going to be the longest apart snippets I've ever done. But I have a really good reason. You want to see what's going on here today? Let me give you a couple pictures right here. Give you an idea. Yeah, the barn is happening. We have a foundation, and by the end of the day it will be done, and then it has to dry out for a while, and so next week the barn will be going up. I'm so excited for my husband. I decided I'll show you my latest project for my snippet today. Okay, I decided to make this for a church outfit with a top and a bottom that went together. You know, I don't do dresses very much, but I like 2-piece outfits. I like a long skirt and a top that go together. And I have a lot of those at my other house, just haven't gotten them here yet. So I decided to make this. So I took the pattern out of this envelope. And according to my upper bust, I needed a size 14. I put together the front. The front has a center piece and a side piece because it has a princess seam. And I taped it. I cut the top of it, just the top of it, because I wanted to see, you know, how it was going to fit me if I used a size 14 for the 36 upper bust. So I put it up to me on my shoulder, and the center front came across here and came clear over to here. I thought, well, that's not right. That doesn't make any sense. Then my lightning fast mind kicked in, and I remember I have my SureFit Designs poster board pattern now. I hope I didn't already tell you all this in the last snippet. If I did, I'll just delete this one. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. So here it is. A nice, lovely yellow poster board. Here's the sleeve, no seam allowances. And here is the front of the back one, the back I think, no seam allowances. And here's the front. And so what you do is you just get out some paper and you trace around this. Then you can chop it up into any kind of style you want. However many pieces you end up when you make a puzzle. Chop it here, chop it there. Then make sure you add seam allowances. And so then you have a whole new style that fits. Oh, it fits me perfect. Absolutely perfect. So from now on, I'm definitely going to use my SureFit Designs to try to make another garment. But the problem is, I didn't do a very good job. There was two important things that I missed. Let me show you what they are. I have to do a contest for whoever figures this out first. Look at the blouse. You can tell more by this one. Look at the blouse. Look at the princess seams. Do you see where the princess seam goes to up at the top of the princess seam? Also, I couldn't tell by this, and I can't even tell by the back of it, but it's supposed to have a zipper in the back. When I first made it, I couldn't get it on over my head. And worse than that, the first time I put it on, I pulled it on, and then I kept trying to turn it. I put my arm up in the sleeve hole, and then I needed a sleeve hole for this arm, and I kept turning it and twisting it and trying to figure out where the other sleeve hole was. And my head was in it. Oh, yes, this is beginning sewing from the Joy Bernhardt channel. Okay, if you look at the picture that I just showed you and look at what I did. This is my top, and I love it. But the princess seam here goes up into the shoulder. The princess seam that I'm supposed to be copying goes up into the neckline. I don't know, maybe I like it better this way, I don't know, but it's just something I didn't notice because the princess seam is supposed to come up in here. And then the back has no zipper. So I simply just made the neck larger, and I can get it over my head now, thank God. And my arms out both sides. So this is all done, ready to wear to church except for the hem at the bottom. And it's cute because it's something else that you can't really see on the pattern because the lady's not wearing that style. But which style is it? The one with the print up at the top, if you look real close, it has slits at the bottom of the princess seams. See? And so I tried this on to see. I thought, well, that's a weird place for slits. What's that going to be like? And at first they were slit higher. See, they're to here now. They were up here. And I sat in a chair like you would at church and Sunday school. And I sat in the chair, and it was really weird. It looked like my skirt was only this big. And this flap went to the side, and that flap went to the side, and this just hung down between my legs. It looked horrible. So I lowered it. And so now it stays together on my lap, even though it still has a slit. So just things to think about when you're designing your own clothes from the copy of somebody else's pattern. So that's what I've been doing. Lots of people outside still. Working on the new barn and some rock things that we needed done. So I just wanted to show you that and explain all my boo-boos. I did the crimping, the sleeve crimping as always, and I actually got a tuck this time. I actually did. And what happened was, this is a stretch woven, stretchy, woven. And the crimping didn't crimp as much as it usually does. And so on the second sleeve, after the first sleeve got the little tuck at the top, the second sleeve, I crimped it some more around the top of the cap. Okay? So a lot of people have said, I can't get that to work, I can't get that to work. Try crimping it twice if you need to. Or make the sleeve cap smaller without so much ease. I'm going to let you go. We're going to go to lunch. We found a Chinese place here that we really, really like. So I'll come back this afternoon and I'll say goodbye in some way, shape, or fashion. So here I am again. It's November. I am so glad the Halloween stuff is over with. I hate Halloween. I love fall, but I hate Halloween. So here's the thing. I'm not going to show you any more stuff I've made on this snippet video because I've got about 4 more things to show you. And I've decided I need to get this video up so somebody can win the panel and the backing. Now that would be if I can remember where I put it. Do you do this when you get company and you find out company's coming and you hardly ever have any? And you sew, and so you have stuff everywhere. That panel was out there on those blue chairs because I'm giving it away. You know, one of you is going to win it. And I thought, oh no, I can't leave this on these chairs. These people will want to sit here. So I folded it up real nice and I put it somewhere. I know. So I promise you still can win it. You go over there to my email. I'll put it here or here again. And tell me you want to win the panel. The draw, the contest, the whatever you want to call it. The time you have to tell me you want it will end tomorrow at noon. It is 5 o'clock straight up. Central Standard Time in the USA. You have to be in the US to win this because the freight is absolutely unbelievable. In order for you to mail it to Australia, the last gift, it was going to be $50. So it's just, and then it's, you know, 12 to 15, even if it's in the U.S. So I'm so sorry about that. I wish it wasn't so, but it is. So somebody will win it. I will put all of the names in a hat. Jerry will draw a number out. Actually, I put the numbers. I count the people from the first one to the last one. Tell Jerry how many numbers there are. He picks a number, and then that's the person who wins. These are just little giveaways, although that's actually a very nice giveaway. Fabric isn't cheap these days. What is it? 14 bucks a yard? Like last time, the title underneath this video says something right now. I don't know what it says. But when I pick a winner, the title under this video will say, Winner Chosen. So there's no sense you leaving me any kind of information anywhere saying that you want to win it. Because if it says winner chosen, one is. And if you didn't get an email from me telling you that you won it, then you didn't. I don't know if anybody else in the whole world does it like that, but that's how I'm doing it. It's my contest, it's my product, and that's how it makes it easier for me to give something away. I couldn't possibly do it for days and days or a month. Oh, there would be so many names. I know Viv and I used to get over 250 names on our giveaways that we did. And Viv would write down every single name. Oh my goodness, she was so good at that. Viv loves to write. I don't. I like to type. That's why we're going to leave it an email. Yes, I voted. And why do I have my sticker stuck there? Because I went to lunch. We stood in line for over 2 hours, maybe 2 hours 15. Got all done voting, left there. Went to eat spaghetti at Olive Garden, and I got some spaghetti right there. So I moved my sticker from here to there. But we voted. Oh my goodness. The people, there were hundreds and hundreds in line, hundreds. It went out where you go into the building. The people came out all the way to the sidewalk, all the way down the sidewalk, all the way down the other side of the building, all the way out the grass and out the gate, and all the way around and around and around the gateway to the other side of the parking lot. It was really something. I was excited. But I noticed that the lady next to me, it wasn't very private, so you couldn't see how other people voted. And when I was carrying my paper up to have them roll it in the machine, I noticed her paper, and her paper had the exact opposite of my paper. And I was so upset. I told Jerry, she totally canceled my vote. But then again, I totally canceled hers. So that was just I guess the real thing is after all of those are gone, who's left of everything the same on it? So I hope that it goes the way our Heavenly Father wants it to. I believe we all need to vote according to the Bible, and I think everybody my age knows about the Bible and knows what's in it. You don't want me to start on that. I'm going to let you go. I'll be back soon, and I'll show you all the clothes I've made for going to a church. Okay? Bye for now.